Hello, welcome back. I am Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen, and this is an episode of Life with Spice. So I think we're just gonna delve right into it because I'm not very chit-chatty today. Maybe at the end of the video I'll get chit-chatty and we'll do an end thing. No. Okay, so today we are going to talk about the culinary herb basil. Obviously, I am starting over. This is not my beautiful 2-foot basil tree that I nursed all summer last summer. It was dry as dry can be, so I kept it alive. I brought it in the fall. I transplanted it in January, and it was written down and looking good. And then my husband decided to plant his own garden, and somehow it got stuck in a corner. It just started dying. I don't know what he did to it. He told him to leave my plants alone. Like, you got your own, you leave mine alone. But so I'm starting over with him, and I love basil. I do. It's amazing I didn't do this for the first one. But anyway, so we were talking about basil. And there are different types of basil, but this is the culinary herb, not the tea herbs. There's a difference. We won't even go into that, okay? But the basil, sweet basil, okay? We use the leaf and the flowers. It is part of the mint family. And it is basically a warming herb. Okay. I guess I did go into the other herbs. There's sweet basil, lemon basil, purple leaf basil. Those are all culinary for sure. The holy basil, which Tulsi, we're going to talk about that in a tea one down the road. So, yeah, Tulsi. It's got some great benefits. Okay, anyway, some basils. Properties is antibacterial, antispasmodic, antiviral, carminative, nervine. I really need to look that up one of these days because it's probably nervine or something and I am slaughtering it. Sorry. It is full of calcium, vitamin A and K, manganese, magnesium, iron, zinc, and potassium. Like, you don't need a multivitamin, dang near, if you are getting your daily dose of herbs, right? Okay, so it helps calm your nervous system. It settles your stomach. It clears your mind. Cami McBride said this. I love her quote in her book. It warms the body. It clears out the lungs. Oh no, it does clear out the lungs. It clears out the bugs, and it sharpens the mind. It does. Oh, it just smells. I could sit there and just like rub the leaves. Oh, it's heavenly, you guys. It's heavenly. The sad thing is, you buy it at the store and, the basil, it's not the same. Probably because it's been sitting in a warehouse somewhere. You don't know. I mean, even, you just don't know how old it really is. So that's why I don't throw any of my herbs away because, thank heaven the AC shut off. I don't throw them away because are they really bad? Like, how bad can they be? Yeah, maybe he's not like a fresh thing like this, but just because it's been dried, it's fine. Okay, that's my opinion, off my soapbox. Okay, clears the mind, yes. It also is great for colds and flus and allergies, asthma, and phlegm, right? Asthma, phlegm, colds and flus, phlegm. You get all that, or if you drink, some people just drink a lot of milk and get a lot of phlegm. Well, you could put the basil in your milk if you wanted to, but tea works really well. And you might think, basil tea, yuck. It actually is very mild, and you add a little honey, and you can, adding a little milk would defeat the purpose, wouldn't it? But, okay. But anyway, it's really, really good. You should try it. Just a little bit. A teaspoon of dried herb, a cup of, tea. It's great. No, that's not what's in my cup. But anyway. The tea, if you want stomach issues, I would drink the tea. It helps settle the stomach, helps with cramps, spasms, nausea. I'm not sure if this is pregnancy nausea. Probably not. That's more of a peppermint thing. But just, upset stomach, nauseous, gas, and constipation. Okay? Very good for your sinus and bronchial congestion. Okay? So, that's kind of the highlights of what it does. Used in a lot of pasta dishes, obviously. I use it in, pasta dishes, soups, tons of my soups, and slow cooker meals. Just throw it in there. If you want a really odd spring, summertime recipe, go to Mountain Rose Herbs. They have a dandelion flower fritters that's made with basil. It ain't the kids, it's the dog interrupting me. Okay. But anyway, you can also, let's just keep going. Vinegars. You can do basil and parsley and cilantro or coriander. Do an herbal vinegar. Do an herbal ghee. Herbal oil. We'll talk about the oil in a minute. Pestos. Salts. We've done a few salts. It works just great. Dried. Right, so you dried. Bath and foot soaks. Really good, really good. You can use it topically for skin. It is the new skincare property thing, right? Supposedly helps fight wrinkles, retains moisture, hydrates the skin, reduces roughness, and smooths the texture, which is why it is in my lilac and basil facial cream. Yes. You can also put it in lip scrubs. I don't have any of those right now. Of course, you can make pesto out of it. I don't because my kids have nut allergies, so we're not doing that. I love the smell of it. I can just smell it. It's just like, clears my mind. It ain't working. Anyway, pizza, obviously. Pasta sauces, obviously. On eggs. I love it on eggs. I'm not going to do another egg thing for you, but fresh basil, just shred it up after the egg's done with cheese. Yeah, love it. Roasted tomatoes. In the fall, I will, or if I just happen to get a bunch of tomatoes, I will roast them with a little olive oil, and you can put oregano, you can put basil, you can put dill, anything. Then you just peel the skins off and throw it in the freezer. You can make homemade tomato soup that way, like a base for your pasta, or great way to freeze it. Actually freeze the whole pan first. So I did one where so it was a sheet pan, and roasted the tomatoes, and then one of them I just kind of poured into a Ziploc bag and froze. The other one I froze as the whole cookie sheet, and then broke it apart. Yeah, so it's not all clumped together like my other one is. So just a little tip there. Yeah, so roasted tomatoes, it's awesome on. Roasted potatoes, cut them in half, put some olive oil on the pan, some salt and pepper, basil, parsley, and you just put them in an oven, 375, and just let them cook for 45 minutes or an hour. Don't flip them. Okay, don't flip them. That's the key. And then you get them out, and they're all crispy on the bottom and soft, and oh, my kids love them. Okay, potatoes, soups. It pairs well with fruit. There's basil and strawberry popsicles and peach basil crisp. Found those on the web. You can go check them out. I'll try and post a link. You know me. Homemade tomato soup and basil. Oh, to die for. Oh, I love it. Or dill or any of those things. To preserve a plant like this, okay, you don't want to pick all the leaves, right? You pick a third of the leaves. So, every third leaf is yours, and the plant gets 2/3 to continue growing. I put them, this is how I dry them. I just put them on a clean cookie sheet, and I let them dry for a few days to a week, because I forget about it. And store in a jar or container, a plastic container, whatever, as whole as possible. So this whole leaf, dry the whole leaf, and then in the jar, try not to, don't just in the jar. Try and keep them as whole as possible, because when you use them, that's when you crush them up, and you will get more of the, it's so dumb, I don't know, the characteristics. You'll get more flavor from the dried plant at that point than if you crush them all at once. And here's back to the store bought stuff. Okay, right? Yeah, chop. Talk. Okay, so today we're doing 2 things, just because I want to. And there's tons of stuff online. Tons of stuff. There's quick tomato basil pasta sauce. There's mint and basil lemonade. Ooh. If this was tea time, we could be doing that, but we're not, sorry. And there's basil mojito. Yes, that looked good. It was basil leaves and sugar and lime juice and rum and club soda. That looked awesome. Okay, but we are going to do 2 things. We're going to do basil butter, and we're going to do crispy herb roasted chickpeas for a snack for the kids. Now, the herbal butter, I'll tell you about what you can use it on when we're in the kitchen. So let's go to the kitchen. And this is what I do when I forget to tell you those 3 things. Now, on to the basil butter. You need a stick of butter, and you need, I'm using fresh basil and dried basil just because I don't have enough fresh. If it was all fresh, I would use a 1/2 cup of fine chopped basil. I'm going to use, garlic. Sorry, I'm still on my things. Garlic powder. I have garlic granules, okay, and lemon juice, and salt, my Himalayan salt, and pepper. I think I got everything. Okay, so, I'm going to slice this up really fine. It's going to be like 1/8 cup of fresh and 1/8 cup dried. If I was using all fresh, I would use a 1/2 cup of chopped basil. If I was using all dried, 1/4 cup, which I'm just doing it my way. So on this recipe, basil butter, I'm going to post Jessica Bard from finecooking.com. Hopefully you can put this on corn on the cob, put it on hot pasta. Oh, my kids would love it. Trey loves buttered noodles, mashed potatoes, cooked veggies, grilled meats. Just put a pat, like a little, cut off a little thing, put it on there when you're right at the end. You can put it on bread, obviously, and fish. And I was thinking, if you were fancy and making a sandwich, you could actually substitute the butter for cream cheese and put it on one of those, fancy bagels, like the everything bagel or the Asiago cheese bagel, or even a plain bagel with meat and cheese. But anyway, I had tons of ideas for this. So notice I'm still on the basil. I didn't get it as fine as I could have, but that's okay. It's okay. And then watch as my leaves are pretty whole there. And that's what I was talking about. To get the best flavor out of them, try and keep them as whole as possible when you dry, and then you can crush them up like that. Another thing to do if you want to just preserve them is take a half a cup of oil to 1 cup fresh leaves and put it in the blender, and then pop it in ice cube trays, and then you just throw it in your soups or your pasta dishes or your casseroles or whatever. You just throw an ice cube in, and it's got your oil and your basil. Genius idea. And okay, so I put a half a teaspoon of garlic granules if you were using, and a half a teaspoon salt if you were using the minced garlic, anything like that. I would put 1 teaspoon in. Okay, and then it is okay, so it's half teaspoon lemon zest. I didn't have lemon zest, so I put a teaspoon of, or did I put 2? Lemon juice in, which, you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's very versatile. You can, you know, just do whatever you want. That's the fun part about cooking is, you know, you can deviate. And nobody knows anything better. Oh, I shouldn't even tell you this. My husband was trying to change the fan in the bathroom, right? Drives me crazy when people leave the bathroom fans on, like all night, all day, or leave lights on. Like my bedroom door can be shut, and if the hall light is on, like not even by my room, like halfway through the house, down the hall, I swear, it drives me nuts. I wake up because the stupid light's on. I don't know what it is. But my husband was changing the bathroom fan, and he electrocuted himself. He shocked himself, and he was in there just cussing away. Oh my gosh, all I could think was, yeah. Good thing I'm not playing this. Good thing I'm voicing this over. Okay, on to the crispy herb roasted chickpeas. These were not a big hit with my kids, but so we need chickpeas and olive oil and lemon juice. And I'm using granulated onions, salt, and pepper. And then we have the herbs. We have my basil. I'm actually using the other one, rosemary and dill. And I put them all into my little mortar and pestle because I don't buy onion powder. I just have the onion, dried onion. So I have to crush it because you want it all into a fine powder. Okay? And then on top of that, I'm going to add the salt and pepper. Okay, really quick. It's 2 teaspoons onion powder, 1 teaspoon each dill, weed, basil, rosemary, all in a fine powder, half teaspoon salt, and half teaspoon pepper. Okay, that is what is in there. And then you're going to take a bigger bowl. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. Drain the chickpeas. Drain them thoroughly. Because I did not. Maybe even put them on a paper towel. Okay? It worked fine, but it wasn't fine, if that makes any sense to you. So, yeah, you'll see. But anyway, it is 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to show you my beautiful olive oil. So yummy. And 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And you're going to put that, oh yeah, I just put it in there. I should have just poured it in. I don't know what I was doing. And then you are going to whisk them together to get them to emulsify for 5 seconds. And you pour your chickpeas in. This is where I should have. Yeah. I had a little bit of a mess here. But it didn't tell me to drain them. It just said drain. It didn't say thoroughly drain and dry. But it's okay. And then you sprinkle all your herbs and spices on top of that. And mix it up really well. And then we're going to put it into they said a glass pan. I really think it would have done better on a cookie sheet. Okay. And there you go. It's all nice and crispy. Bake at 400 degrees, 20 to 30 minutes. Check it often. Now, it's for a surprise roasted herb hummus. Take 1/2 cup of the roasted chickpeas. I used 1 tablespoon of garlic in the end. It's a teaspoon there, but or whatever. I did 1 whole tablespoon of minced garlic because I like garlic. And I did 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And this is all going into my little mini blender. So if I can do it in my mini blender, you can do it in almost anything. And I did 2 tablespoons of tahini. And the thing with hummus is you can change this up however you want. You can add extra of anything. I did 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and I think I did 2 tablespoons of water. Now you can, there's tons of it all over the internet. Just do it what fits for you. Make sure it's nice and creamy. And this was my hummus. My kids loved it. They weren't very happy with the chickpeas, but they really liked the hummus. They said it was pretty good. And I was excited too. I love hummus. Well, there you go. 3 great recipes, plenty of ideas. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.